You're going to flip for this show, and if you can't see the screen, get a friend or two to help. Red is always in the house. We say hello in many different ways, and you'll never be at a loss for great highlights, even if you can't throw straight. Sports Night is next.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sports Night. I'm Joe Young.
And I'm Howie Shapiro. Back another week. Big week. A lot of video to show.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? We're getting close to the end already.
Don't say that.
We are. We're middle
that means
of
the snow's going to fly.
We're middle of football season, but we're talking about the final week of the regular season for the tennis team. Cross country's only got a couple of events left before they get into tournament time, and before you know it,
they're going to be lacing them up.
They may be, they will be. But we're going to start this program, of course, talking about football and Howie, the Cardinals making some improvements throughout the first 4 weeks.
There's no question about it. You know, there are obviously things they have to continue to work on. But, you see from week number 1 to now to the last game against Centennial, improvement in a lot of areas.
Yeah, they are definitely improving week to week. Unfortunately, they're still looking for that elusive first victory. Friday, they were at Centennial, facing a Cougars team that had lost to the same two conference teams that the Cardinals had, and by similar margins. Cardinals had started well and had their chances, but they came up short. Cardinals get things going early. Defense providing a spark first quarter. Adam Ness blitzing right up the middle, wraps up Nordby and gets him to the turf. Cardinals still struggling to run the ball. Tyler George able to escape a sack. Look downfield by Jordan Brown for the big first down into Centennial territory. Those two hook up again for the score. George with a lob over the top. Brown runs under it, takes it to the paint. Cardinals score first for the third time in 4 games. 2-point conversion was good, so it's 8-0 in the second with the Cougars get their ground game going. They were riding the treadle train through the whole game. Big gain here sets them up deep in Cardinals territory. Treadle ran the ball 29 times, and the senior tailback finishes the drive with a 15-yard score. Centennial is back within 1. While the Cardinals did a lot of things right in this game, they didn't take care of the ball. That's their big oops in this game. George trying to force a pass into Carter Geiritz, picked off by Jared Peterson. Cardinals had 5 turnovers against Centennial. That one was big. It led to another Treadle TD. Running for the corner untouched. Centennial takes a 13-8 lead to the half. Defense doing a better job of bottling him up in the second half. Treadle swarmed under by white jerseys in the backfield on this play, and it meant no scoring in the second half. Cardinals with the ball in the final minute, trying to hurry downfield. George chased from the pocket, able to find Jaden Salazar alone in the middle. He's doing what he can, trying to get to the sidelines. That's the right thing. Get that clock stopped. Unfortunately, you have to secure the football.
Hang on to the ball.
Strip. Recovered by the Cougars. They hold on to run out the clock from there. And the Cardinals lose 13-8.
Neither one of these teams really wanted to win that game. You look at Centennial. Look at the penalties that they had. It's incredible. And unfortunately for the Cardinals, 5 turnovers. You can't have that. And I know Coach Malling will be talking to the guys in practice this week, getting them ready for another road game against Anoka. But this is something that they have to shore up. They don't turn the ball over. They have an opportunity to win this game.
I think they win this game handily if they don't turn the ball over. One really nice thing was to see they didn't give up any huge plays on defense. Treadle had 200-plus yards rushing. I mean, the kid is good.
He likes to run. He likes to run against the Cardinals. Had a big game last year too.
But in a couple of touchdowns, he had 3 touchdowns against the Cardinals last year. But they did a better job of bottling him up. And I don't think there were any 40, 50-yard plays as we have seen in each of the previous weeks. So coming up, if the Cardinals continue to improve, they got to secure the ball next week.
They do.
They're at Anoka. Not an easy place to play, and then they're home for homecoming against an Andover team that is also off to an 0-4 start.
It's something that they'll make some adjustments as they continue on down the road. But, the treadle train, I like that. I wonder if it's marketable.
It might be. Tennis team, as we talked about, will be wrapping up the regular season this week. Last week, they went to Elk River and took on the Elks, and the Elks are a very powerful foe. Cardinals are swept in this one, all 7 matches going in straight sets. Those are some of the closer ones. Helen Nelson and Carly Nelson teaming up for the first time. The sisters played second doubles and lost 6-7, 4-6. Emmons and Farley at third doubles lost 4-6, 4-6. And Maddie Westra was in the third singles spot and lost that one 2-6, 2-6.
Well, the Cardinals return to their home courts on Thursday, facing a much more manageable opponent in the Andover Huskies. The Huskies only had a couple of wins, and they don't have the depth and flexibility as Coon Rapids. So even without senior captain Helen Nelson, the Cardinals were able to get a bounce-back win over Andover and keep their record above 500. The CTN crew was at the pivot courts for this one, featuring the top singles and doubles matches. Maddie Georgie playing well for the Cardinals early on. She found success when she got her opponent moving side to side. Unfortunately, those points weren't as common as she would have liked. Georgie had a 2-run lead in the first set. 2-1 lead in the first set, lost this one 2-6, 0-6. Coming up to doubles, Emily Everhart teaming up with Maddie Westra at first doubles for the Cardinals. Great point on the angle by Everhart here, helps them claim the first set 6-3. Nice job right to the line. There's a lot of fight in these dogs. The Huskies come back in this match, winning 3 sets, 6-4 in the second and 14-12 in the super tiebreak. Still, Coon Rapids prevails with a 4-3 victory to improve their record.
Yeah, it was a day that started very, very damp. Weren't sure we were going to get it in, but it stayed dry, and we were able to get out there and see it and see a victory. Unfortunately, both matches we saw ended in the Huskies' favor, but a team victory also important. So they've got just a couple of things remaining. They host Irondale on Tuesday, and then they host Park Center on Thursday, and that's going to be it. And then it's time for the tournament, and hopefully everybody's ready to go.
Yeah, let's hope so. I know I looked at the weather. The weather's they're going to get in. Outdoor sports will have plenty of opportunity this week to get their opportunities in.
Volleyball team, a little non-conference action last Tuesday when they took on Minneapolis South, and they go deep against the Tigers. Every set was close. Cardinals win 25-19 in the first, lose the second 20-25. They win the third 26-24, lose the fourth 25-23, and then the fifth set goes extras, and the Tigers sneak away with the 17-15 win. Callie Harris leading the team in kills with 8, and also in aces with 2. Allison Yang also had 2 aces to go along with her team high 22 digs. Against Centennial, not quite as close. The Cougars sweep the Cardinals 13, 15, and 8. And 18 are the Cardinals' finals. Ellie Hinsey had 7 kills and a couple of blocks. Paige Fosslin had 8 digs and a block. Kills for Harris were 4 and 3 for McDonough and Wright each. The Cardinals host Park Center on Tuesday, and that's their only action this week, and then they're at Rogers next Tuesday. So a little bit lighter schedule for the volleyball squad this week. Swimming and diving team, we'll get to see them.
We will.
This week, and some exciting things happening for the Cardinals swimming and diving team. Their one match last week against Anoka. They lose 90-84, but things continuing to be impressive, like their first ever win at 200 medley relay. Then you got Megan Schultze improving her middle school record in the 100 free and coming within half a second of the 100 backstroke middle. Remember we talked last week.
We did.
How's her backstroke? She's got all the others. She's now within half a second of the backstroke middle school record as well. Galadriel O'Grady, another first place finish on the board. Tamala King, first place. I forgot to put the, that's in the 200 IM. Tamala King was, she was third place in the 500 IM, as you might tell by the time, 5:43.51. It was third place, but it was interesting because A, it's a personal best for her, but B, you had 1, 2, and 3 separated by about 5 seconds.
Pretty incredible.
For the 500, which is very rare. And then between 3 and 4, there was about 30 seconds before another swimmer came. And coming up on Tuesday, battle for supremacy at the middle school pool, and Howie
will be there.
And diving should be kind of interesting. Galadriel O'Grady has won just about every meet she's been in.
Should be fun.
Blaine's diver, one of the best in the conference. That should lead to some excitement between those two during the diving portion as well.
I know Coach Donaldson's excited for us to come. In fact, he's firing up the air-conditioned booth for us.
Wouldn't that be nice?
So that will be great.
Put some dry ice and a fan up there at least.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. A couple of events for the cross-country teams. The cross-country, the Mustang Invite on Friday is really more of a JV race because the top runners are getting ready for the GRIAC on Saturday, but this gives an opportunity for some of the younger kids to get in and experience a varsity level competition. There's still like 15 teams there. Some of those teams not competing in the GRIAC had their top runners out there. So the Cardinals get out there and do what they can against, some higher level competition than what they're used to. Boys finished in 7th place. Girls were a little further back in 11th, but a good experience for the young runners in the program to get that opportunity to run against some more varsity level competition. Especially at this point in the year, get them ready. A lot of those younger runners will be stepping up and being varsity runners next season. The big event, of course, on Saturday. This is the largest race in the country for cross country. There are teams from Nebraska, California, Iowa, the Dakotas, Wisconsin, all over the place come to be a part of this. Both Coon Rapids teams improved their positions double digits from where they finished last season. The boys finished in 7th place behind a 5th place finish by Paul Breitbach in 17 minutes, 43 seconds. Tanner Ross, the next Cardinal to the line, in 30th place. Christensen was 76th. Coughlin was 81st, and Matt Dunn finished in 143rd. The girls, unfortunately, they did move up 18 spots to finish in 23rd place. Elena Hedlund spent most of the race running with the top 10, finished a very, very good 13. Unfortunately, the University of Minnesota's website, when I clicked on the link, it showed me the gold division results instead of the maroon, and I couldn't find the maroon division results to have complete results. Hopefully, we'll get you those next week and get you caught up. Swain Invite up in Duluth for both boys and girls teams on Saturday. They'll run in the Blaine Invite next Thursday, and that will be the final tune-up before the Northwest Suburban Conference Championships on the 13th.
Yeah, and a nice finish for Paul Breitbach.
Yep.
5th place overall. That's impressive.
Out of close to 500 runners. Great
such a
finish for Elena Hedlund, too.
Well, I was just going to say that, absolutely.
I was kind of eager to see where the others fell, and I got a little frustrated. I'm not
What a maroon.
Exactly. That's why I wore the maroon.
I see that.
Sending it to the people over at the University of Minnesota. Maroon.
Maroon.
Those are the results we need to see. Moving right along, boys soccer team officially struggling to find scoring after losing all-conference attacker Galen Tomboy to a season-ending injury. Add to that a really tough couple of games for the Cardinals last week. Up first, Anoka. The Tornadoes went to state the last 2 years and are trying to stay in the conference hunt. They were coming off a loss to Andover and would be looking for a bounce-back game against Coon Rapids. Defensive struggle early. Cardinals getting a great chance on the corner kick. Clear attempt comes right to Almir Begic. He fires towards the top, but the keeper was able to punch it up and over and out of play. Anoka had a couple of really great chances that they weren't able to convert in the first half. Off of a throw-in late. Watch this one come right back. Settled by Brandon Berg. He blasted off the crossbar. No score going to the half. Cardinals trying to capitalize on speed in the second. Threw a ball over the top. Gets Alex Figueroa behind the defenders, but great hustle by Anoka's Eric Elvig. He gets back in time to deflect the shot wide. Anoka finally gets on the board just over midway through. Corner kick is stopped, comes right back. Blake Perry lofts it to the far post. Perfect header by Sean Neeser over the head of Volker and into the net. Tornadoes would continue to bring the pressure. Not satisfied. And a little push inside the penalty box leads to a penalty kick. Perry makes it look easy. And they walk away with a 2-0 win.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, they just couldn't get anything going offensively, and they're trying to find that spark.
They did have a couple of good looks at the Anoka end, but the Tornadoes definitely controlled the action, controlled the tempo. Cardinals had a lot of very tough time getting into the middle against that Anoka defense. And when they would try and run and use their speed, oftentimes it ended up 1v3.
It was. Yep.
Those numbers just don't favor the attacking team.
They do not. Well, the Cardinals went from the frying pan into the fire. After a 2-0 loss to second place Anoka on Tuesday, the Cardinals hosted conference-leading Park Center on Thursday. The Pirates were 8-1-1 and riding a 6-game win streak. They only given up more than 1 goal twice, and their current streak includes 4 straight shutouts, just 2 goals allowed in those 6 games. Pirates are bringing some relentless pressure to the Cardinals' end in the first half. The shot finally comes from Justin Necklin. He sneaks it in just inside the left post to put Park Center on the board. More smothering pressure from the Pirates' offense. The first shot is blocked, but look who's right there. Necklin jumps to the loose ball, puts it past Volker again. His second gives Park Center a little breathing room. They're not done. In the first, off a throw-in, look at the bodies as they get to the ball to attack Volker. Able to fight it off to the shot. It's 2-0 at the half. Move to the second. Cardinals free kick in that second. Lynch going to direct, but can't quite get the hook he needs as he hits the side of the net. Coon Rapids able to get more offensive zone time in the second half. Attacking right wing, the cross is deflected on the header, and Pasker is able to put it on net. Not easy save for the keeper. Pirates swarming on offense again. Deflected shot goes to the far side. Volker is going to call for the foul. Loose ball on the PK for PC, but Brenton Bakke gets the honor. You saw Volker made the initial save, rebound to the right, back to Bakke, and he puts it home and completes the scoring. Pirates are going to win that one by a score of 3-0. They're a good soccer team, no question.
Yeah, they've had a really nice season,
Yep.
and they're doing it. They're 8-1-1, and they're only scoring 2.4 a game, something like that. So they're doing it with that defense. It is smothering. On Saturday, Cardinals taking on Duluth East, a section rival, losing to the Greyhounds 2-0. That was a long bus ride home, I guarantee, after the Cardinals shut out for the 4th straight game. Cardinals at Osseo on Tuesday, at Spring Lake Park on Thursday. They finish out the season with 4 more road games.
Yeah, if it's a tough enough schedule, it gets tougher as being on the road to close out the season.
Well, it was a busy week for the girls soccer team as well. They did get a win, but their offensive struggles are continuing. Cardinals hope they had some things figured out on the offensive end after a couple of ties, but the offense still a work in progress. On Tuesday, they played an Anoka team just ahead of them in the standings, but they just couldn't capitalize on the chances they had. Good game with chances both ways. Corner kick stopped up, but it comes straight back to Callie Turner. Her second chance is just out of reach of Maddie Getchell. Keeper is able to get it on the far side. Anoka holds the edge in possession and scoring chances in this one. Sarah Stang with a good step forward. Get herself some space, takes a shot. Nicole Frazier there for the save. Tornadoes attacking again. Allie Ness able to get behind the defense, run onto this one at full speed. Frazier has the angle, makes the save. She had 15 against Anoka. Anoka bringing the numbers in the middle this time, and it gets another good opportunity again. Frazier in good position and makes the save look relatively easy, keeps the game scoreless. Cardinals free kick late in regulation. Caitlin serves it up. Keeper Haley McCauley able to get there first and thwart the threat. This one's scoreless within the final 5 minutes of regulation. Gabby Horsch gets her right back, lofts it over Frazier to the far side, and that's the only goal as Anoka wins 1-0.
You know, they pressured the Cardinal net all night long. You talked about 15 saves for Frazier, and unfortunately they just couldn't get that equalizer and not able to find some offense. No. The Cardinals were on their home field for the final time this season on Thursday, hosting the Park Center Pirates. The Pirates are struggling and coming off a 17-0 massacre at the hands of Centennial. Their confidence had to be shaken. It was a great opportunity for a victory that the Cardinals just couldn't let slip past. Cardinals start the scoring early. Callie Turner with the corner kick, double deflection out front. Maddie Getchell's header puts it home, and Coon Rapids has the lead. It was a great game for Caitlin Ackerman. She's sparking the offense again, battling for position, fighting through the hole to get the shot. Keeper gets a piece of it, but not enough. It spins in. Looks like a 2-0 lead, as you can see here, but it's waved off for offsides. Park Center with a chance to tie off a corner kick coming up early in the second. Headed back to the near side, Abby Arsenault with the shot, but Langenfeld is there for the save. Another corner kick for the Cardinals. Getchell with 2 chances at it. Ava Johnson finishes it off, and that's all the scoring that the Cardinals will need to get a much-needed win. 2-0 was the final.
Yeah, I really like to see, Maddie Getchell is one they're looking to be in the mix, and you saw in the highlights of both games. She's down there in there battling with the last line of defense. She gets goal and assist against Park Center. That's definitely good.
That's great.
I think bringing Caitlin Ackerman into more of an attacking role with her skill is definitely, hopefully, going to add to the Cardinals' scoring. They need something. They need spark. They need more bodies down there.
Yeah, they definitely needed to make that move to get a little more offensive firepower.
Well, unfortunately, they got no offensive firepower on Saturday when they traveled to take on De La Salle. They lose 4-0. Nicole Frazier made 5 saves but gave up 3. Mackenzie Lagenfeld faced 3 shots, gave up 1 goal. And Coach DJ said they scored 3 of those goals in the first 17 minutes. Cardinals just a little sleepy getting off the bus. But outside of that 17 minutes, he really felt like they maybe even outplayed De La Salle. But you can't dig
a hole for yourself like that.
And they need to find scoring. Whether that's bringing Caitlin Ackerman in to do more attacking or what change there needs to be, get more bodies to the front. You talk about Park Center's boys team being so good. If you watch those highlights, they're down deep inside the 18-yard box, and there's 4 green jerseys around that ball.
Absolutely. They're always protecting their zone.
They are there, and they are going to stay together until they have possession of the ball, and sometimes that's the way you have to do it. Jam it down there and attack until you get the ball home.
Just got to have the chances, and the more you put on net, the better chance you have.
Yeah, the girls on the road the rest of the season. They're at Osseo on Thursday at Spring Lake Park, or at Osseo on Tuesday, at Spring Lake Park on Thursday. We are going to be at the pool.
We will be.
On Tuesday. Cardinals and the Bengals battling for supremacy at Northdale Middle School. And then it's Football Friday at Anoka. And then we'll see the volleyball team next Thursday on the 6th at Andover. Some road.
Got some road games coming up.
We're going to be some road warriors. Howie and Joe.
On the road again.
That's going to do it for this edition of Sportsnight. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continue to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young saying goodnight.